Yes. Yeah.
But like the comparison, like with me and some of the other guys.
So that'd be something neat to see, the Harris Centers at
The Pirates playing in Williams.
Welcome to the Non-Hour Sports Podcast, episode 33, the home of sports talk for everyone. I'm David.
I'm Jason.
Welcome aboard. Now, Jason, you have something on your shoulder there.
So it was something we talked about, a year ago? We were doing
like
our Christmas wish list. And I said I've always wanted a red logo WWF Intercontinental title. Well, for my birthday this year, my lovely wife got me a red logo WWF Intercontinental title.
There you go.
Same one that Randy Savage had. So little bit of back history here before we continue, and I'm stealing the show here. This particular version of the belt was only held by 4 guys. Tito Santana, Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat, and the Honky Tonk Man. Macho is sadly the only one that's passed. But for me, as someone who's gone to fan fests, I can now take this to fan fests and get Steamboat, Santana, or Honky Tonk Man to sign it.
That'd be cool. That'd definitely be cool on that part. And put that somewhere, like hang it up.
Eventually, I would like to get an acrylic case for it and have it closed and up somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that would definitely work.
Or even maybe shadow box it with some of my Randy Savage memorabilia.
Hey, even better, just kind of put it all together.
I have a lot of Randy Savage memorabilia.
Really? You do?
Oh, was it last year for Christmas? She got me. We're really deviating here, and we just started. She got me an actual poster from 1980 from his dad's. Randy's dad, Angelo Poffo, had a promotion called ICW. It was an outlaw promotion. It wasn't affiliated with any of the big, like the NWA, AWA, WWF. It was its own thing, and it ran like Kentucky and Illinois and a few other states. She found on eBay an actual from 1980 poster card with Macho in the main event. And she's like, I knew you'd love it, so I got it for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That definitely has to go in. That has to go in with the belt then, too.
It's going to have to, yeah.
It's a given. So, just want to give a congrats to the Atlanta Braves for winning the World Series this year. I figured you'd say that.
No, congrats to the Braves. As much as I hate Freddie Freeman because he's a Philly killer, Freddie Freeman is a tremendous baseball player and deserves the World Series. Can't say enough good about him. Yeah.
And another part here just happened tonight, actually, Friday night. Alex Ovechkin passed Brett Hull for 4th all-time in goals.
Now
he currently sits at 742.
So who? Obviously, we know one of them. Who are the 3 that are in front of him now?
Now this is going from 3rd to 1st. Yager.
Okay,
Jaromir
that
Jagr
makes sense with his longevity,
right? At 766, so he's only 24 away. He's only 24 goals away, and he should be able to hit that this season. The way Ovechkin plays, the way he plays, it's inevitable. Then Gordie Howe at number 2.
Gordie
with 801.
Okay.
So as soon as he's going to be in the top 3 no matter how you look at it.
Right.
Is my opinion. He's going to be in the top 3 no matter how you look at it. It's just depending on whether he can hit Wayne Gretzky at 894 is the question. Now, he did sign this year, before the season started, a 5-year contract. So if he stays healthy, which is always the key thing, he stays healthy, he could potentially hit it. So, I think he can. It's just going to be...
So he averages 33 goals per season.
Yeah.
It's not out of the realm of possibility that he hits that.
No, and a lot of seasons he's hit 50.
Yeah.
He may average 30 to 40, but how many times does he hit 50? A lot. So.
No, I was just looking at average to get a base, kind of.
Yeah. So, like I said, he's at 742. he's going to hit Yager, I believe, this season, because we're halfway through November now, close to it, and there's still December, January, March, half of April. He has time, and especially when he gets on a tear on scoring, it's inevitable.
Before we go to the first period, I want to hit one more thing up on. It's not on our notes, and I'm throwing you off here, and I talked to you about it off the air before we recorded. A few episodes ago, I mentioned about the minor leagues. We talked about MLB and the fight to get these guys fair pay. I put my money where my mouth is. This wristband you see me wearing, it is for advocates for minor leaguers. If you want to support the cause to getting minor league players better pay, better housing, better healthcare, Google advocates for minor leaguers and donate a little bit. Anything helps. It's a great cause. And we talked about it, so I figured I should go ahead and do it. So wanted to put that out there to you guys as well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can put the link in the description too.
We can do that.
You know, we have the technology.
We can make it better or worse.
It's us. We'll make it worse.
Depending on which version of iPhone you have, it could be worse. Anyway.
Hey. I know a lot of people hate iPhone. A lot of people hate Androids. It's what you're comfortable with.
That's true.
Trust me, I dealt with it all for 5 years in retail.
I remember you had a Kyocera.
Yep, I had a key. I actually
with the wheel. Well, didn't it have a wheel, like a dial?
It wasn't a wheel. I'm not sure how to describe it. It didn't flip.
I could see the phone in my head.
Oh, so could I. So could I. It didn't flip, but it didn't slide up or down. It kind of like swiveled.
Had a hinge.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a door.
Just swiveled up. And it was actually a pretty cool phone. I liked it. But I had that phone and LG, and when LG was actually good.
You had I before I went back to Galaxy, I had an LG and I loved it.
I mean, I was back in retail when trios were the biggest thing.
We're really deviating. I can remember you telling me.
Is this what we do?
When you worked at Verizon, didn't a guy come in with a bag phone?
Yes. Yes. And what's funny is at the shop I worked at, they actually did car phone installs.
And that was 2005.
So, think of that for a second. Trios were, the latest and greatest at the time. Blackberries were, the latest and greatest at the time as well. Oh, my first BlackBerry had the wheel on the side of it.
Okay.
Those were ridiculous at that. Damn, we're deviating so much.
Yeah, we got to get going here.
That's not a shocker. It's what we do. All right, so on to the first period. Odell Beckham Jr. signing with the Rams. Who would have thunk it?
Who'd have thought it based on how his career started out? He was a rookie of the year. Everyone remembers the one-handed touchdown.
Well, yeah, that's
against
basically
the Cowboys.
That's basically what he's mainly known for anymore.
And here's the thing: he was a tremendous athlete. He played basketball. He was a track and field standout. Like he was a gifted athlete.
He's a hell of a receiver.
Well, he was.
hence as we're saying it. And the terminology we're using was here.
It's a shame he didn't pan out with the Browns, and I don't think it's so much. It's not entirely his fault he didn't pan out with the Browns. I think there's issues with that Browns team. I don't think Baker Mayfield is panning out the way they thought he would. And here we are today. He's with the Rams as of the 11th. It's a 1-year deal. It's worth $4.25 million. It's actually cheaper than had they signed him off of waivers. Had they signed him off of waivers, it would have been a 1-year, $7.25 million contract. This is a 4.25. So they saved about $3 million. I'm absolutely not looking forward to it as a fantasy owner. Because I have Matt Stafford, and outside of last week's game, he's been awesome. I also have Cooper Kupp, who has been one of his main targets this season with the Rams, and I am completely concerned that he's going to eat into Kupp's receptions, and it's going to kill my team.
Well, how you been doing this year?
I'm 8-1.
Oh, there you go.
I'm the top team in the league.
Well, when he was with the Browns, his first year with the Browns, he did 16 games. Now, last year, and even this year, I mean, he only played 6 this year and 7 last year.
Injury bugs hit him a little bit. And unfortunately, in pro football, the injury bug is all but the kiss of death.
Pretty much. I mean, once you get the injury, well, look at the 49ers with Garoppolo. Ever since he had his ACL, it's just been – he had that Super Bowl year where they, unfortunately they lost in the Super Bowl, but the Niners have just been on a downhill spiral.
Right.
And he just has not played to where he was. It's just been going on, and same thing with Beckham here. I mean, you get injured, of course. It doesn't matter if it's ACL, ankle, hands, arms, whatever. It's the injury bug is always the kiss of death for that reason. And when you start moving from team to team to team to team to team, that's pretty much an indication of you're soon done.
Yeah,
you're soon. You're soon going to have to hang it up.
Not everyone. I mean, he was a running back, but not everyone's a Frank Gore and can play until their late 30s. Well,
look at Yager. He's playing until what? He's playing all sorts of leagues now. But yeah, I mean, it's not like he's not a bad player. It's just his antics, I think, what got him in hot water.
I can see that. The expectations for this Browns team and what we're seeing, they're night and day. And I think, pardon me, I think this Browns team just isn't living up to the expectation. And I think antics, or whatever you want to call it, is a good excuse to unload a player who has an injury bug, who may not have been living up to their contract. So this is like another chance for him to prove the Browns wrong in this case. I don't know. He could just continue that downward slide, or he could absolutely ravage my fantasy season and be their best wide receiver. Knowing my luck with fantasy football, that's exactly what's going to happen.
I mean, I know when any player goes to a new team, it's one of two things. He's not going to play much, or he's going to destroy he's going to basically be a terror for the other team, where he's going to catch everything. He's going to be a great player. there's going to be chemistry, or it's going to be the complete opposite, where he's just going to be, you're just there for support. There's going to be no in between. You may get a couple of games, but that's about it.
Here's another thing, and sadly, it's something that definitely happens in the NFL with players who continue to hang on. They start to become a bit of a locker room cancer. And with this Rams team, they're firing on all cylinders. I'm almost worried that his presence on that team could have a backwards almost kind of issue where it hurts the team overall personality wise.
Yeah, no, I see. Yeah, I can see that direction. I mean, also then it could go the other way. He could be a great asset. He could be a support.
And that's the thing. And a player,
but you don't know until he gets in there and starts. And I mean, nobody will know until he actually gets in there, starts playing, starts being in that locker room. You won't know that. But normally, when you have a guy with an attitude of "I'm great, I'm the best," those types of players are normally, like you just said, a cancer, because their ego's too big for the locker room.
Here's the worst part about this. 2 games ago, I unloaded him because I needed. The fantasy experts were saying just get rid of Odell Beckham Jr. The season's done for him. So I unloaded him because I wanted to keep a defense and pick up another defense just as a backup because I had a really great defense and I just needed an extra one for a bye week. Someone else has him now. And it is the team I play this week. So I have no doubt it's going to bite me in the butt.
Yeah, but also could help you too. You know, it could be a good thing for you. You never know.
Look, I've been playing fantasy football for too long, and I've yet to win a championship this year. Ain't my year either.
Hey, I'm being positive here.
There's nothing positive about fantasy football.
Yeah, I don't play it because I know what it can do. Not very fun with that. Well, I know. I know right now. Where's it at here? I have it up here. I think I have it up. Come on now. Where's it at? Okay. Yeah. The Rams are 7-2 right now. They're second in the NFC West right now. So yeah, they are doing well. You know, they are doing very well this year, and hopefully, maybe Odell can maybe push that a little further. But who knows? Who knows?
As long as Stafford keeps throwing the cup, it'll be good for me, and that's all I care about.
Hey, if it works, that's great. I mean, that's what's going to be needed for you then.
Look, I've had Stafford on too many teams. This is the best he's ever done on a team I've had.
Yeah, because normally I hear, "Oh, son of a." That's all I normally hear.
Okay, so everyone has their own fantasy philosophy. I typically, when I draft, I get my wide receivers and my running backs right away. That's my core. And I said earlier this year, I deviated. I took Travis Kelce for my tight end in the second round because why wouldn't I take the best tight end in football if he's available? I didn't get a quarterback till the 8th round, and Stafford was the best pick available, and he's been exceeding expectations for me all season.
How many years have you had him? Because normally you end up with him like almost every year.
Almost.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You end up with him almost every year.
I can't access my old ESPN league, but I think I had him every year in that league. And that was about 6. Well, I left after 5 seasons. So I had him probably for about 4 or 5 seasons, then 2 or 3 in my other league, and now I've had him twice now in my office league. But this is the beauty of professional football. As soon as he's with good wide receivers and a good team and good coaching, he's a whole different quarterback. He's only looked like the Stafford of the Lions last week when he was hurt. So I can only hope that he's healthy this week, actually healthy, not just listed healthy, and he plays like he was playing for the Rams and not the Lions again.
Can only hope.
Can only hope.
That'll definitely help you out on your football. That's definitely for sure. Oh, now how many people are in your fantasy football?
I only do the office league anymore. I left my pay league. Or it's not my pay league. I left the league I was in that was a pay league. The office league is a 10-team league. Pretty basic rosters. I think I just clicked out of it too. It is hold on here. I'm going to my team. I'm just kind of vamping here while I do that. Quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, tight end, a flex, which is wide receiver, running back, tight end position. You can place any player of that position in the flex spot. So right now I have a wide receiver in my flex spot. and then a kicker and a defense, and then 6 bench spots.
You go. Oh, man. So yeah, that's definitely all power to you with your fantasy football.
I actually prefer fantasy baseball, but no one wants to play fantasy baseball. So here I am playing fantasy football.
Good times. Well, Odell Beckham signs with the Rams. So let's just see how he does, and hopefully it's, like you said, not a cancer in the locker room, and hopefully adds some positive to your
I was going to say, not a cancer to my fantasy team.
Pretty much. So on that note, that's the end of the first period. Be right back after the short break.